So Alun, a massive 3-2 win at York today. Just talk us through your emotions after that.
Delighted, absolutely delighted, and I just hope the fans enjoyed it. The 300 of them they come today. And that one thing I will say is that these lads deserved everything they got today. I think it could have been a lot more when we counted them, when they were pushing, but I've said it up there that today and last week against Salford, sorry, a couple of weeks ago when we played Salford, you couldn't tell who was a full-time team, and that's the pleasing aspect for me. We went to Stockport and when won, you couldn't tell who was a full-time team there. The fitness levels of these lads is outstanding, and they've had players asking them what are they doing training to keep themselves fit, and it's because of the love of football. That's all they've got. They've got a love of football, they love to do well, and as I say, I can't give them enough plaudits at this moment in time.
And there was a reshuffle in the first half, 2 injuries. How much character did the lads show to adapt quickly to that?
It was outstanding. Like, I knew I had a couple of injuries with Nipper and Dale beforehand, so, and I've said it that coming here without them 2 players was going to be a big task, but the chairman let me bring players in that I wanted to bring in earlier on, and it's helped. And you look at the lads have took the chances a day, and I get a couple of other injuries. I end off shifting Sean Reid from me attacking midfield at the centre back. No, I can't remember many teams that have done that before. So, but it just shows you what we've got in this squad. And Sean Reid was outstanding today. He was absolutely outstanding. But every single one of them. But it showed that they dug in for each other. They worked for each other. They organised. They listened to me instructions at half time, because we had a little bit of a problem midfield. So I had to go through the tactics board with them, and they listened to it and they put into plan what we want. I don't think York caused me many problems in the second half, and we were just picking them off.
On the injury front, how are the 4 injured players?
We'll wait. Dale, hopefully he'll be fit. Nipper, it'll be a 50-50. Hutchie, we'll see how his glute loosens up. So, and then obviously you've got Damo tight hamstring again, and that's just because of the amount of work I think that they've put in, and I'll never fault the lads for that. If they're more willing to put the bodies on the line, which they have done today, to get a result, then that's great. But we've got enough in that squad, fingers crossed. The lads, it'll be their opportunity now to step in, and I think today showed that they're more than capable.
And one of the players that did come on was Adam Wrightson. Scored within, I think, about 10 minutes of coming on. What did you make of his performance? Is it kind of man the match performance for you?
I love Wrighty, and I think everyone knows what I think of Wrighty, but he's got so much to learn, but he's got so much to offer as well. So we've got to work with him, and it's very hard to work with him when you're part-time, because you can't get to work on his movement as such, but everyone's seen what he's capable of. He's a live wire, he's tough, he gets stuck in, and if we can get more of an end product off him, then you never know what he could do, because pace is a huge thing to have in football. So I was chuffed to bits with him. But again, I looked at Greg worked his socks off for his first game for a long time. I thought he'd done exceptionally well. Brought Michael Little back in, and Lids is Lids, he's absolutely outstanding. And one thing I will say, I thought Robbie was brilliant first half, absolutely tore the right back to bits, and that's what you want. I think it was a proper captain's performance from him today, and he led by example today. And I could go through the whole team, to be honest with you, but every single one of them just different class. I just hope they can carry this forward into the Spennymoor game now.
And we spoke on Tuesday about not conceding a goal from open play. That run continues today. It's frustrating that, to me, I'll come back to the penalty. I've mentioned it up there. That needs looking into. It's a blatant dive. And I was looking at the line. I think everyone could see from the line. Even the bench admitted it was a dive. He was a good 2 yards away from him, and he's just dived. Yes, Buds went to ground early, but he's gone to block the cross. And even the linesman said it wasn't a penalty, and I'm asking why he didn't flag. But it just gives you a blank face. So that, for me, needs looking at. If we can get the video footage, send that in. It's getting done in the Premier League. People are getting banned for it. People say you shouldn't get banned, you shouldn't try and ban other players. For me, that's blatant cheating, and that could have cost us the game today. But our lads dug in, they responded exceptionally well, didn't get sucked into it, and they just kept playing the game, which is outstanding. And just finally at the end there, the nervy finish, but grinded it out, and we'll celebrate with the fans at the end. How nice was that to go and celebrate with the 390 travelling supporters?
No, it was outstanding. I was just hoping we could hang on. You could see there was a lot of dead bodies on there. There was a lot of dead men walking as such. They're dragging the heels, and the 2 centre backs, Davy Atkinson, even tucked in for us. Jared virtually played right back second half there. Buds was outstanding. They really in the lids dropping in, Robbie's dropping in, and Macca's sitting in front. And when you see that from your team that you're managing, it does give you something special. So chuffed to bits with them, absolutely outstanding.